Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
Disturbing new information in the deadly shooting at a 4th of July parade in a Chicago suburb. Police say the suspect has confessed in detail and was plotting even more violence.
He seriously contemplated using the firearm he had in his vehicle to commit another shooting.
That shooting suspect went before a judge today, charged with 7 counts of first-degree murder.
Investigators say he went into detail about the attack and is likely to face more charges. That comes as we're learning some heartbreaking details about the victims. They include the parents of a 2-year-old boy who was found wandering alone after they were murdered. Jay Gray is in Highland Park.
Hey there, good evening, Devin. Good evening, Kimberly. And look, the small downtown area here in Highland Park still locked down right now. An FBI evidence team continuing its work as the suspect makes his first appearance in court today in a community that is still reeling 2 days after the attack. As a memorial grows at the site of the massacre, authorities now say the man responsible, Robert Crimo III, has confessed to killing 7 and wounding more than 24 during an attack at a 4th of July parade.
He went into details about what he had done. He admitted to what he had done.
Apparently identifying himself in video from the scene, acknowledging he dressed like a woman to hide tattoos and help him escape, and telling investigators he considered a second attack while he was on the run.
He was driving around, however, he did see a celebration that was occurring in Madison, and he seriously contemplated using the firearm he had in his vehicle to commit another shooting.
During a brief hearing, a judge denied bond for the 21-year-old suspect who faces 7 counts of first-degree murder, the first of what prosecutors say will be dozens of charges in the case. And we're learning more today about those who didn't survive, including Irina and Kevin McCarthy, who died saving their 2-year-old son.
He had been found under his father, who was on top of him to protect him from the gun. This poor little boy came with his parents just to celebrate freedom and now has lost his parents.
In a place that's lost its innocence.
We are feeling this rip through our community. It's going to take a long time to heal.
And even then, most here say things will likely never be the way they were before the attack. The investigation here is going to take some time as well. Police and federal agents saying it will take months for them to gather and analyze all of the evidence. In Highland Park, Illinois, Jay Gray, Local 4.
All right, Jay. By the way, that 2-year-old boy is now with his grandparents, and a GoFundMe has already raised $2.5 million for his care. His story has clearly touched the whole country.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah, it really is. Our other top story here at 5, an innocent bystander shot and killed trying to stop a hit-and-run driver.
It happened during a chain reaction crash on West Outer Drive in Greenfield on Detroit's west side. Megan Woods joins us live to walk us through what happened. Megan?
Yeah, Kimberly, Devin, the details surrounding this situation and what happened are starting to unfold hour by hour. We know that this started as a 3-car accident. Now we're learning more about the man who was shot and killed. We're also learning about the family that's caught in the middle of all of this.
Not only could one person have been dead, you could have been easily been burying 4 people.
Denise Wallace says her daughter-in-law was driving home with Denise's 8- and 7-year-old granddaughters in the backseat of this white Dodge SUV.
She said the light turned green. She looked at the light. She looked both ways. She went to proceed to take off, and she said all that she knew is wham. And she said the car rolled 3 times. She said after the first roll, she thought she was dead. She started praying.
Then they heard gunshots. Denise says the mother is still in the hospital, and the 8-year-old has a broken collarbone and pelvis bone. She's having to visit her in the hospital.
And I'm coming down here because my granddaughter, she's serious. She's very injured. It's nothing to play with. They riding around here with these guns, they shooting, and it's just crazy.
After further investigation, Detroit police say a Dodge Challenger struck a vehicle that struck another vehicle. That includes Denise's family's car. People in the Challenger tried to run and leave the scene, but a witness tried to convince them to stay. People from that Challenger shot at that witness and killed him. The man had a CPL, and before he died, he was able to shoot at the group of people. The person shot is in the hospital but under arrest. At this point, Denise is grateful her family is alive, but is frustrated that they're even having to go through this.
Because there were 3 injured people in that white vehicle that no one ever took the time to even mention about. I mean, it's like, who cares? Well, we care.
Denise says again that they're extremely grateful. Her grandson, his birthday is today, and so she says that mother is so grateful to be alive, to be able to share that day with the rest of her family. Back to you.
Just an awful set of circumstances indeed. Megan, we appreciate it.
Let's turn our attention now quickly to the weather. Take a live look at a little overcast right now, and as you look at downtown Mount Clemens, but we got some much needed rain this afternoon. Today, not the only day we're going to get it this week either.
That's right, and our lawns will take it, that's for sure, Brett.
We need it. Mine's very brown. I'm sure a lot of folks are telling the same tale. We'll get some more rain before the weekend, just in time for where it should be a nice looking weekend. Now, with all the clouds and the rain today, it's stayed fairly cool. 80, the hot spot in Pontiac right now, most everybody else in the middle 70s, but it's that humidity that's still on the high side, and it's going to stay high the next couple of days. But you can see that there is some drier air trying to work its way in from north to south, so feeling pretty heavy out there south of 94. Even further north, we're even seeing some sunshine, and that's going to give way to what should be a quiet evening. Some of us, though, will hang on to some clouds here tonight. Should be a quiet night, but it will fall into the 60s. Temperatures will this evening. We've got some nice weather for the weekend. We'll dive into it coming up.
Brett. Right now, help me, Hank, putting travel to the test. It has been a rocky summer at the nation's airports. Thousands of cancellations and delays. If you haven't dealt with it, chances are pretty good you know someone who has.
That's right. And if you have a trip coming up, you may be worried about what you will face. So help me, Hank. Consumer investigator Hank Winchester is documenting his airline experience as we speak. If you've been following his journey, Hank left Metro Airport bright and early this morning, headed for Orlando. He joins us live from Florida. So, Hank, why'd you choose Florida and Orlando?
Well, I mean, it is one of the most popular destinations for people leaving Detroit. I have to tell you, though, you both know my daughter. If she knew I was miles away from Disney and never left the airport, I'd never hear the end of it. But the goal here today is simple. We wanted to show you what our journey was like from Detroit to Orlando. As many people are dealing with cancellations and delays, we were lucky this morning. Our flight's about to take off here in about a half an hour, but we want to show you our journey, so hopefully you can learn from our day. Take a look. All right, just getting to the airport right now. It's about 6 a.m. Looking for a flight. We are making our way to Orlando. There we are. Right now, as of this moment, no delays, no cancellations. Let's see how it plays out. We got to Metro around 5:45 this morning for our 8:30 a.m. flight. It was early, yes, but we wanted to be prepared should we encounter any last-minute cancellations. There were, in fact, 11 this morning, all in the other terminal. We were good. All right, just getting out of the plane, we had absolutely no problems at all with security getting through the airport. This flight is on time. There are still cancellations, delays, though, at Metro, but thankfully this flight, not one of them. The flight touched down in Orlando almost on time, and as I was leaving the gate, I met Andrea Gallant.
Historically, Orlando's airport is always very busy, and you usually have multiple delays more than anywhere else just because everybody's coming down here to see Mickey Mouse. Yeah. So I've just been watching it, and it didn't seem like it was bad. I was worried about cancellation. Andrea's from Detroit. She now calls Orlando home. Her daughter heading back to Michigan, her other child about to land. Especially with the Delta pilots kind of picketing in Detroit, and they were in Atlanta as well. So we were kind of holding our breath all week and wondering if she was going to get out. In Orlando, few issues on any airline. However, I talked with many passengers who shared their relevant travel sagas. It's why Brad Mackey and his family got to the airport so early today.
We wanted to get here early. We thought there's a chance, with all the weather and everything we've seen, that there's a chance we could get delayed. So the good arriving early is important.
What we've learned is that flying midweek is usually a bit smoother. Also, be flexible. It could help you score a better deal and also help you get on another flight should you encounter a problem. Back out here live in Orlando. Now tonight at 6 o'clock, I worked with the team at FlightAware. The app that actually is in the business of tracking all of these issues, the cancellations and delays. I wanted to know, if you're flying out of Detroit, what cities are the problem cities? What areas have we seen big issues in during the last few months? We're going to break all those numbers down for you tonight at 6 o'clock. For now, we're live here in Orlando. Hank Winchester. Help me, Hank. Back to you.
Hank, I really have enjoyed your reports all morning and now. I'm wondering from you, though, what would be the best piece of advice for people looking to book a flight right now or even in the future? What would you say?
You know, I think you have to bookend a little time on the front and on the end. You have to be able to know that if you're not able to make that flight the day you want to take off, if you get delayed, if you cancel, same thing on the way back. You need to have some options there and some wiggle room because unfortunately, we have no idea when these issues are going to resolve themselves. We were lucky this morning, but just yesterday, the flight down here from Detroit to Orlando was canceled.
Yeah.
So you got to be flexible in all of this, right?
Flexible and patient as well. Okay, Hank, we appreciate it, and we'll talk to you again at 6 o'clock.
Now to Decision 2022. In about 2 hours, 4 Republican candidates for governor will be facing off in a debate. Just weeks away now from the primary election, the candidates are going to be grilled on a number of the issues as they come down to the wire. Mara McDonald live in Grand Rapids tonight where that debate is taking place. Mara?
Hi, Devin. And you know, all of these candidates have been in a debate forum before. That's really not the issue here. What is the issue? If you are a Republican primary voter, your absentee ballot, if you vote absentee, is already on your counter and you are ready to fill it out. But the issue here is that none of these candidates, at least polling wise up until this point, have really separated themselves from one another. So you've got a whole pack of tightly grouped candidates all waiting to somehow break through. Tonight on stage, you are going to see Tudor Dixon, Ryan Kelly, Kevin Rinke, and Garrett Soldano. And if anybody is coming into this thing with the wind at her back, it is Dixon. She has been scooping up major endorsements as well as major GOP money. Don't discount Rinke, though, simply because he can self-fund, and the Rinke name is known in Metro Detroit. Both Dixon and Rinke are already up on TV advertising in Metro Detroit. Now, as far as Kelly and Soldano go, if Ryan Kelly's name seems familiar, it's because he was charged by federal prosecutors with 4 criminal misdemeanors. As a matter of fact, he is in federal court tomorrow, all in connection with his alleged actions the day of that January 6th riot at the Capitol. And as far as Soldano goes, he started making some moves in Republican politics when he became a very strong voice for pandemic protesting, lockdowns. Neither Kelly or Soldano have seen any money advantage here. If it's anywhere, it's with Dixon and Rinke. So tonight, you've got 4 candidates who are sort of tightly packed together. Somebody is going to have to start making some moves if they want to make some traction. We're live in Grand Rapids. I'll see you after the debate. Devin, Kimberly, back to you.
Good deal. All right, Mark, we will see you tonight at 11.